Creating a CV in the right format is very important because that is the first thing an employer gets to see when you're applying for a job. So, either you get selected or you get rejected based on the CV you submit. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can create your own CV in the right European format. With a tool called Europass, we are going to have a quick demo on how you can create your own CV in just about 3 to 4 minutes by just providing details like your personal details, your educational qualification, your professional summary or professional experience, employer's details, or roles and responsibilities, and other details that will be required of. Also to notice that sometimes even people that are applying for masters and PhD, it is specified on the school's website that they are to use Europass as a tool for providing or creating their CV. So this video will also help people that are applying for their masters or for their PhD abroad, and they have the specification to use Europass to create and submit their CV while they are making their study application in most universities in Europe. Hi everyone, my name is Emanuela. If you're new here, welcome. And for returning viewers or returning subscribers, I say a big thank you very much for sticking to this channel and for supporting, liking, and sharing my videos. I appreciate you. Let's get started with the demo on how to create your own CV in the Europass format to apply for a job in the EU or even to study at the master's level and at the PhD level. Let's get into the demo.
You are going to type Europass website. All right. So it's going to give us options. All right. It's going to give us options. So I usually advise that you just click on the first one. It takes us straight to the website. So this is the official website of Europass. So you can see that you can do more than the CV on this page. So you can create your own CV here. You can create a cover letter. You can even test your digital skills here. All right. So when you click here, you see a lot of things you can find. You can even find jobs here. You can find courses to do here. Create a cover letter and do a lot of things here. But for this video, we're only focusing on creating your Europass CV. So I go and click on create your Europass CV. Yes. So before we go on, I also like to say that you can actually have an account here. You can log in, register your details so that you can have a permanent account here. And as time goes on, you can update your CV as time goes on with maybe your professional experience or your education and training and other things that you get along the way. All right, but for this video, we are going to say that we are creating a new CV. You have the option of importing an already existing CV. You have the option of selecting from your library if there's a CV there. You have the option to start from your profile. Like you say, you can create your profile here. But because of this, for this video, we are only going to create the CV. So let's create a new CV. Click on create new CV and it brings you to this page. Once it brings you to this page, you have this option of putting your CV in any of this language or languages here. All right, Portuguese, Spanish, French, and the rest. But here we're having just English language. That's what I selected. You can also change your date format, any of them. So I just leave it that way. So you have the first page here is where you have to add your personal details. Okay, so you can add your name, Emanuela. All right, it's very important. Your name and your surname is very important. And that's why you have the asterisk on the box. So the next thing you can do is to add your picture, your passport, so that it looks acceptable. Yes, this way. You edit the passport so it fits into the page. All right, and then you click on save. So once you click on save now, it automatically appears on the CV page. All right, and then you continue to enter your details. For example, and then you also have here about me. about you, you can just type, you can type in something here, or you can copy from somewhere you have drafted your introductory phrases or statements. All right, so here I can just type in an educationist with interest to traveling, open to learning new skills. You can write a lot of things about your introductory, but I usually say don't write too much so that they can still delve into your CV and then call you for interview to know more about you. Then you can type your date of birth and select your gender. All right. But if you see my picture, you already know I'm a female again. So you can type in your nationality and then type in your email address. So for this, okay, so you can type in your telephone number, put in your social media handles, any of them here, put in your instant messaging. If you have your website, you can put it there as well so that they can contact you. You can type in your home address, your city where you are in, and then they can, if it's for a job, for example, you're in the UK, if you type in UK, so that any employer in UK that sees that you're currently in UK, they can call you for a job. When you're done with that first page, you then click on save. You then go again and click on add new session. When you add new section, it gives you this box. You click inside, it gives you options. I say for your CV, you have different things you can add to it. You can add your work experience, all right? You can add your education and training, language skills, digital skills, communication and interpersonal skills, conferences and seminars you have attended, creative works, driving license, hobbies and interests, honors and awards for people that are going for the education sector, management and leadership skills. So it depends on what exactly you want to use this CV for. All right. So if you're going for a job, it is even so important. It is important that you add your personal details, work experience, education and training, and then possibly your digital skills. Okay, so if you're going for education, like your study, you add all that I've mentioned. You can add honors and awards. If you are in a leadership role, you can add management and leadership skills and type in all the details that will bring out. All right, so after my personal details, I go ahead to add my work experience. For example, I'm a head teacher. So it gives me the option, am I a deputy head teacher, primary school head teacher, nursery school head teacher, secondary school head teacher, special education needs head teacher, and the right likes. I just go there and say secondary school head teacher. So it also gives me this option, secondary school head teacher is responsible for meeting curriculum standards, blah, 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 and the rest. So it's giving me that option. If I need it, I pick it. If I don't pick it, I can come here and type what I want. Secondary school principal. The name of the school that I worked. High school, for example. So I type in the school, over high school, and I go here, the country, what country is in Belgium, or I click in France. It depends on what country where I have worked there. I'm picking the city there. We have Toulouse. All right. So I then continue and say that I have worked there since the 5th. All right. I just type in the month. So if I am done with that company, I just type in the dates that I stopped working there. But if I'm not done, I can just click on ongoing, turn on the button there and continue. So there's also a place where you can type your main activities and responsibilities. So it has given you the options: maintenance of computers relations with suppliers, coaching a junior ice hockey team 10 hours per week. So if I want that, I click on it. But if I don't want that, I clean that and edit and type my own. For example, I would say so you can type other things there, but I decide to just put just a few there. Okay. So the list goes on and on there. All right. So when I'm done, I then click on save and continue. So that is the first work experience. So if you have more than this work experience, you can type in, let me try to add one more so that it makes the CV look rich. But I'm not just going to type anything false. I'm going to type my work experience. All right. So I just give an example. So it gives me the option. So I can just say blogger. Bloggers write online articles on a wide range of subjects such as politics, fashion, economics, and sport. They can relate objective, blah, blah, blah. Bloggers also interact with their readers via comments. So I can decide to choose that, leave that there, or I can decide to type depending on what I want. So I go here and say YouTube, or I go and say Colony Travels. Okay, so after that, I click on the country, for example, Germany, or I click on the country, I say Belgium, Brussels. Okay, so after that, I click on the year where I worked there. I can say 2nd January 2020. So if I'm done working there, I type the year where I finished working there. If I'm not done there, I just put on ongoing. But here I'm done with them, so I can just write the date where I resigned. Okay. So that is it. So I can type the work, my main activities and responsibilities. All right. So say, for example, all right. So you can type other things here. All right. So when I'm done again, I click on save. That is my second work experience, for example. All right. So if you have about 10 work experience, I would just usually say that you should add 3 to 5 of them, the most current ones. So when we're done with the work experience, I go again, add new session, go and click on, what can we click on? Education and training. So let's click on education and training now. Now I want to type on the BSc. I can then say organization providing Cambridge University. And then it asks for the address, it asks for the postal code, it asks for the country. Of course, I have to add United Kingdom, Canterbury. So you can write the address, you can write, and you can also write the school's website there. When you're done, you write the year when you started, 7th February 2016, and then when I finished, 10th December 2020. So when you're done, if you're done, you type the next date. If you're not done, you can just click on ongoing. All right, but I'm done and I click on save. So when I click on save, little by little, that way I started creating my education and training part of the CV. So if you have another thing that you were trained on, you can add education and training experiences. It gives you another open field. Then you write the name of the training place as the name of the place where you learned your diploma in computing or diploma in education. All right. Type in the address of the place, write or type in the country. Let's say, for example, I had that in another country, let's say Portugal. So I can also type in the website of the school. When I'm done, I then write the date. So let's have 13th, the 5th month, 2013. So I'd finished and type in the month. All right, 2000 all right, so 2014. All right, and then click on save. So gradually that way you start building your CV. So all right, so I go again and click on digital skills. Yes, digital skills. Click on add section. When you click on add sessions now, it gives you this page. So you can click and type. So when you want to click and type, by the right hand side here, it has given you the option. It says add your digital skills from the list below. Click on the skill and drag it to the left. So I click on the skill, drag it to the left here. Microsoft Office, I want that. And then I go again and say I want on PowerPoint and click on it and drag it to this way. So Google Drive, you click on it and drag it as well. All right, when you're done, you click on Skype, you add it as well. Okay, so little by little, you had LinkedIn, add it as well. However, if you don't want to click and drag, you can also type in this box here. Let's say, for example, I add Microsoft Teams. So you see that it's giving me an option of that. I click on it, it's also there. So as many digital skills as possible that you have, you can add to this page. So when I'm done, you click, you take down, go down, and then click on save. So when you click on save, it gives you the page for your digital skills. Add new session. All right, add new session. Here for someone like me, I like languages. I'm into languages. So I click on language skills. All right, and I click on add session. So on the language skills side, you have language skills mother tongue. So for mother tongue, I can type English. English is my mother tongue. So if you have more than one mother tongue, you can add another mother tongue and you type it. So let's go to other language. Other language here, I add French. Yes. So when you start adding other language that is not your mother tongue, it start asking you for your competencies. Understanding, when it comes to listening, I click, it has different parts, A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, and it gives you the information with regards to any of them. All right, so for me, listening, I have C2. All right, for reading, you click on it, and it gives you options. I can click on C1. For the speaking or the spoken interaction, I come here, I click on C1, spoken production, I come here and click on, so let me just alternate it, B2. For writing, I come here and click on C1. So when I'm done, I can also add another language. So let me just add another language. Here you can add another language. I then add my other language, German. Right, click on it, it gives me my competencies. All right, so listening for German, A2. Reading for German is B1. Spoken interaction for German is A2. Spoken production is A2. And then writing, when it comes to writing, is A2. So when I'm done here, if I want to add any other language, I can add. But for this CV, I'll just halt here and then click on save, and then I continue. So this is what it looks like, all right, on my CV. So if you want to add another session, you click on add new session, go inside, click on it. You can add other parts, honors, awards, management and leadership skills, and other things. All right. So for this CV, I am done adding all that I need to. But if you're going for studies, like let's say you're going to apply for scholarship, please add things like honors and award, management and leadership skills. Your project is very important. Publications also, and then recommendation. Yes, recommendation is also important. Let's take, for example, you click on recommendation and add session. All right, so for recommendation, it's going to ask you to add the name of the person, maybe from your university or from your place of work. John Peters. All right, so what is the role of the person manager? What is the email of the person? You can write John Peters at gmail.com. Remember, this is just a demo, all right? So you don't really have to actually put a lot of things. So here is a brief description of the person you were using as for your referee or reference, the way it's put. And then you can in for 8 years at the university during my undergraduate and master's study. All right, so after writing that, you can click. If the person has a link, you click. If it doesn't, you just click on save, and then that is what you have for your recommendation. So it's very interesting, very short, very easy for you to put up all of the details that you normally need to actually go and look for somebody to help you do the CV. So this tool, Europass, is very easy. It has all that you require to put up a CV. When we're done now, I then click on next. Yes, so when I click on next, so this is a preview of what my CV looks like. All right, this is the preview. So you have the options here. Look at the options that you have here. You have the options to change the format this way. Let's click on this and let's see what we have. So your CV can also be this way. All right, so you have the option of using this as well. Let's click on this and see what we have here. Yes, your CV can also be this way. So you have the option of this as well. Let's click on it and see what we have. Yes, your CV can be in this way. Okay. However, look at this other side. You can select a color. So you can change the color. All right. So your CV can actually have this color as well. So your CV can have different colors: green, purple, blue. You can also change the font size of your CV. So you can make the font size, that's the text size, to be large. All right, let's see. So you see that the letters, the words are bigger. So I usually say you just leave it at the medium size level. And then we'll continue. All right, so add Europass logo. If you want to add Europass logo, first page only, every page, no, you don't want to add Europass logo. So if you click on no, you don't have to add Europass logo, see that it will just bring you your CV without the logo of Europass on it. All right, you also have options of add page numbers. Okay, so do you want the pages to have numbers? If you don't want to, click on no. If you want to, you click on yes. So let's click on yes and let's see what to have. Do you have page numbers? No, that's because my CV is just in one page. That's why I have this. So I click on no and then we'll continue. So after that, this is what, remember that your CV, this is the preview. And you can also edit even when you have gotten to this part, all right, by clicking on the previous button. All right, so when we're done now, we then click on next. Okay, guys, so this is like the preview, the last preview page before you print out. So it gives you what your CV looks like. This is what I've selected. These are all the things that I've typed, and then we'll fix it there as well. So now it says choose a name for your CV. Here I would say CV for Emanuela James, for example, CV for Emanuela James. So when I'm done now and I look at it and it's beautiful the way I want to present it to my prospective employer or to the university that I'm applying to, and then click on download, and my CV is downloaded. Now, when I'm done with that, I click on finish. That means I am done with the CV creation. Now, let's go to what I downloaded and let's see what it looks like. Beautiful, isn't it? So, my CV has 2 pages. All right. So, if you don't want your CV to have 2 pages, depends on what you want to type. But my CV does have 2 pages. So, the first page is where you have my personal details, work experience, my education and training, my language skills, my digital skills, and then my recommendations. So I have second page because I added recommendation to you. Recommendation usually comes at the last part, and then that is the CV from beginning to the end. So you can also try out, start creating your CV today at the Europass with this Europass tool when you are applying to study abroad, or if you're applying for a job abroad.
That's all, guys, for the demo. Also, to know that there are other apps that you can use to do or create your own CV, like Canva and the rest of it. But note that for most jobs in the EU, they usually specify for one to use the Europass format to create their CV. That way, it's usually easy for them to go through the CV, check all that you have and all that is required of the job before they can actually accept or reject you for the CV. So good luck to everyone applying for a job abroad. Good luck to everyone who is applying for masters and they're going to use the CV as well in their application. Thank you very much for watching to the very end of this video. Like this video, subscribe if you're new here, share to many people who would need this content.